Oh my gosh, already into May. My kids informed me that they have 3.5 weeks of school left, so summer is quickly approaching. And I am all about the summer jewelry right now. And if you were watching my show last week, we were doing a personal shopper show on sea-inspired, beach, nautical-inspired jewelry to, components to use to make your summer jewelry creations. And this is actually kind of a nod to this. We made this necklace in a previous show, which was featuring the Mermaids Grotto bead mix, which was so much fun. And today I'm working with another mermaid themed bead mix. And this one's an exclusive one for Artbeads. This is one of our exclusive designer blends. And I'm reading the comments as I go, so it's fun to read. So if you see me pause for a minute, it's because I'm reading the comments. So like, hello, Kat, thank you from Colorado is joining us. So if I pause or I get distracted, because I love reading the comments. Oh, hello, Diane and Artbeads team. And oh my gosh, Luis, thank you for joining us. It's fun to see familiar names, familiar friends, familiar faces as we're doing this. Okay, so where did I leave off? We were going to be working with the Artbeads Designer Blend called More Mermaids. So this is a brand new blend, is being launched today. Now we do have very few of them. With this particular blend, we were only able to make 25, and it is a limited edition. When it's gone, it's gone. It was part of that wonderful collection of blends we made when the designers all went and had fun in the warehouse, in the hub, and we dug through palettes of these old, amazing, a lot of them vintage, a lot of them not seen before beads. Some of them were covered in dust. So it was this wonderful mix of beads that we got to discover and unearth and pair together into blends. So this blend is called the More Mermaids one. So we're going to be doing some very summery, beach-inspired jewelry. It's purple and blue and kind of teal, and I'm going to show it to you in a minute. So what I did, oh, hi, Cindy, Tina, Charlene. Okay, good. I see so many good familiar faces here. Santa Barbara girl, thank you for joining us again today. It's good to see you as well. Okay, so we're going to be doing the More Mermaids Designer Blend, and what I did, because you guys had the best suggestion last week when we looked at those kind of nautical beach inspired components, you said, well, are you going to use them in your show next week with the Mermaid Blend? And I had to think on it because I hadn't thought of doing that, but that's brilliant. And so I pulled over a lot of the beads that we used or showed in last week's show, and now we're going to turn them into jewelry pieces. So I loved that idea. That was so much fun. So that's what we're going to be doing today. A lot of the components from last week's personal shopper show combined with the More Mermaids Designer Blend. So a couple quick things before I flip my camera around. If you are joining us on artbeads.com/live, I can see your comments like Santa Barbara Girl and Kat and Kim. I love it. So I can read your comments and we can design together, because I don't have any projects planned already for this show. We are going to make the projects in the show together. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, welcome. It's great you're here. Definitely comment. Just know that I can't see them. So if you want me to see your comments in real time when I can answer them or help you with something, or we can collaborate on a design, pop on over to artbeads.com/live. There's a link in your video title description, and you can go ahead and jump on over, and then I can see your comments. So we have that, and then if you see a little heart button, you can click on it. It gives me little floaty hearts. There's a little arrow button that you can share. Thank you for the floaty hearts. That's fun. And then there's also a shopping bag. So if you don't want to wait for me to describe something on my table, click on that shopping bag icon, and it will show you everything in the entire show right there. You can click on them. You can learn more. You can add it to your shopping cart right here from the show. Okay. That's the housekeeping. Let's go see what's on my table. Here we go. All right, here first and foremost is the new blend. So this just launched today. So let me hold it up because this is what we're mainly going to be working with. Oh, I love seeing where you guys are all from. I see Dee Dee is from Minnesota. So here is the blend. So you see it's got wonderful purples, teals, blues. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold up some of these beads closer to the camera so you can really see what they are. So we got these cool beads, which are like little, almost like little tulip beads. I always think of these as like little tulip beads, really pretty kind of milky purple. and they would make great little bells or bead caps or flowers. Speaking of flowers, there's a bunch of these little flowers in here. Now these are all check glass. So you see that's a pretty little flower right there that I cannot wait to use that one in a design. And then we've got these wonderful little, let's see if I can pull them up. There's actually quite a few different shapes and sizes in here. So if you see these little guys, so we have a little drop right here. We have a little flat, almost like a little lentil bead right there. Variety of round beads. So these look like a fire polish, like a check fire polish round in different colors. Oh my gosh. Hi, Mary. Hi, Sandy. So fun. Oh, yep. I'm seeing where everyone's from. We've got Northern California, Texas, Michigan. So much fun. Okay. Also in here are these pearls. So there's pearls in here too. And there's different colors of them, if you see that. So different colors of pearls. And we have seed beads. Sorry, I think I'm always got a little frog in my throat. So different colors of little teeny tiny beads. We got some seed beads. We have some more flat little beads. Lots of fun stuff. And more rounds of a different size. So what I really liked about this blend, and it's something I want to keep in mind when I make future blends, is not only are there the larger, like the flowery beads, if you can see this. Let me pull up some of this. So not only are there the larger flower beads, but there's several different sizes of regular round beads. There's several sizes of the smaller beads. So you've got the seed bead and then you have this other little teal bead. So it's such a pretty blend, but I like the variety of bead shapes and sizes. So in a couple weeks, I get to have the fun of going and creating some more of these blends with the other designers. And I'm going to keep that in mind. So I really liked that this has just so many different shapes and sizes and colors all in one blend. Oh, and I hear them bouncing all over my table. This would be a great time too. If you guys like these designer blends and want to share with me things you'd like to see for future ones or just feedback about them, let us know, because we're going to embark on another adventure of creating some more, because these are selling out quick and I think we're almost out. Okay, so to pair with them from last week, you might remember these beads. These are Raven's Journey, and I thought these were so pretty. I was hoping to get a chance to use them, so I just thought those would add a little lighter pop to this bead mix. I thought that would be really pretty. I also brought in the tassels, because I just love tassels for summer jewelry. So I brought in the white tassels. I did bring in our mermaid tail chain, because how can I do something for mermaids without our mermaid tail chain? I think it's technically called leaf chain if you look at the description in that shopping bag, but I needed to bring it back in. The little shell charm chain I thought would be cute. We might be able to do something with this, because that gives us a bunch of little charms for just 1 inch of chain. So we can either use it as a focal, where we make this the focal of the design, whatever we're going to make with it, or we cut these up and we get a bunch of charms. And then I brought in some other charms I thought were cute. The little seahorse is always adorable. And I have a crystal starfish, which the color is perfect for this blend. Here, I feel like, there you go. So you can see that color is really pretty with it. So I thought that would be good. I got a couple little shell charms here as well. And then I just brought a bunch of findings. I was like, oh, I did bring these seed beads because they look like ocean bubbles to me. So I thought if we're doing something with mermaids, we should have ocean bubbles. And then I brought a ton of findings and some memory wire, because this blend has so many beads in it. I thought a memory wire bracelet could be really fun. Okay, so does it come in silver? Which one are we talking about, Kat? Are you talking about the charm chain? It does come in an antique silver. I don't think it comes in a bright silver, but it does come in antique. Okay, so I don't know if I should start with an earring or if I should start with, I don't know, the memory wire bracelet is kind of calling to me here. I think maybe I'll start with this. Okay, so I am not going to do a memory wire bracelet this thick. If you've bought this before, you know it comes as quite a few loops. I think you can buy it as 12 loops or 70. And so I'm going to cut this down ahead of time. I might trim it a little bit more, but let's do like, I don't want to spend our whole show on it. So we're going to just do a couple loops so we can also make some earrings and other projects too. So remember, if you haven't worked with memory wire before, you want to use a memory wire cutter. So it's a special tool. This is by Xuron. And so this will not be damaged. This is really thick, strong wire. And so you don't, well, I shouldn't say thick, but it's very strong wire. So you definitely don't want to cut it with your regular cutters because it will damage them. And I have done that and been very sad. Okay, so I'm just going to trim it. So you just put it in there, you hear the snap, and then this you save for another project. Okay, so I am going to turn the corner, the edge here, with a pair of round nose pliers. And I love it. Someone in the community said, always turn your loops away from the center. That way that they're not pushing on your wrist. I thought that was a really great tip that they shared. But I think by doing this, we'll be able to really showcase some of these very pretty beads. And I love memory wire bracelets, especially with check glass, because they're always sparkly and pretty. Okay, so we just have a little loop, and that little loop will make it so that we can hang a charm from it later. And sometimes I like to try to kind of straighten that up if I bend it off a little bit. So that is our bead stopper too, essentially. So now we just get the fun of stringing on beads. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with just one of these pretty little round ones. So the colors here are all shades of purple and kind of teal. That is definitely the colors of this blend. So I don't know if I need a pattern. Sometimes I do a pattern, like a color blocking, but I feel like these are going to be really pretty just mixed together. So would I use a rounder on the end of the memory wire? You could. Usually though, the end of the memory wire gets tucked kind of here. If you look at this, the end of the memory wire is facing in towards another band of memory wire right here. So there's really, I'm feeling it with my finger. There's really no place where that's snagging. So I don't feel like in this case you necessarily need it. Definitely if you're making like home, handmade findings, I would use a rounder, especially like earrings, of course, just to smooth that out. But I don't know if you need to with memory wire. I don't know. Should we put these guys on here? Would they look cute on memory wire? I'm not sure. Let's try it. Let's put one of these guys. Oh, that's actually kind of cute. Maybe we put that with a bigger bead in between it. So maybe one of these teal beads. And then we put another one of these and we do it almost like end caps, like bead caps. Oh, I like that. That's cute. So I'm pretty much doing a random pattern here because there's just so many beads and it's really pretty. And I can put a seed bead too, because I've got these little purpley seed beads, add a lighter color to it. And I really do like this. I like this little guy. Okay, and then maybe, what else should we add from this mix? I know I've got some pearls in here. I could add another pearl. I got a couple different pearls. Oh, wait, maybe I want to save, this is with the fun of playing. I really like these little light purpley pearls. I notice there's not quite as many in there. So I'm going to set those guys up here and I'm going to use them for something else since I just found a pair of them. Oh, hi, Anne from Gardan. It's good that you're joining us. So I get to talk to you very soon, which will be fun. So next week, we've got something very special coming to you involving Anne from Gardan Beads. We have something we haven't announced yet, but it's going to be exciting and fun, and that will be next Wednesday. So definitely tune in for that. And if you're not familiar with Gardan Beads, she makes absolutely lovely, lovely pieces. I love using them as focals and making a whole design out of them. So beautiful enameled. So pretty. Okay, I think I'm going to do another one of these little segments. And let's do, I like that bright blue. Okay, so here we go. We're just building. And I think it's fun to vary the sizes of your beads as you go when you're doing memory wire bracelets. It makes it pretty interesting. And I feel like I have so many beads here. The More Mermaids title is perfect for this because it's a lot. There's a lot of beads in here. Okay, I'm going to move that off to the side. And we're going to just keep building this using our different beads that we have here. And memory wire is fun because it feels like there's no right or wrong way to do it. So I really love it that, you know, sometimes when you're doing like a bead weaving pattern or a loom, you're really concentrating on what you are doing and you're concentrating on the pattern and the stitching. Whereas with memory wire, I just feel like you're free to just play, not worry really about what you put on there. You know it's going to look pretty. And then you just kind of swirl these down. So just keep pushing these down as you go. And I'm gonna make sure that these all get to the end on this one, just so that I know how much more I have to go on here. And I'm noticing that this little guy does go on the memory wire. He slides, this pretty little flower, but you have to help him a little bit more. So that's a good thing to know when you're doing this, that he does go on there. He just doesn't slide as smoothly as some of the other beads. Just wiggle, wiggle. All right, there we go. All right, so this is what we have so far for our bracelet. And that really shows you the different beads that are in this blend too, which is fun. And if anyone joins us a little bit later, do remember that these videos are all archived. You can find them all at artbeads.com/live. You can find all the replays so that you don't miss anything. Now I'm just going to keep adding some beads. So I discovered memory wire kind of later in my beading adventure, and I like that you can do so many different things with it. You can do bracelets, you can do wine charms, you can do earrings. It's kind of one of those things that you think that, you know, it's just for bracelets when you first start out, and then you're like, oh, I can do so many different things with this, which is fun. Okay, let me try another one of these little flowers and get him to scoot too. Let me see, is he not happy scooting on here? There. Okay, so one wasn't happy scooting, but another one is. Scoot those all down, okay. Okay, so you can see how that's coming. So another one that'd be really pretty with this would be stretch cord. You could easily make this same design with stretch cord as well. If you're making stretch cord bracelets this summer, that would be fun. So how is everyone's summer plans shaping up now that summer is almost here? I think my kids don't want to travel. They just want to stay put this summer. But I have lots and lots of camps planned for them. Okay, I'm going to scoot this down. All right, so there we go. I think I might cut my memory wire a little bit shorter. I'm going to do it at least another maybe to here. And then I want to go on to another project because I want to do more than just a memory wire bracelet in this video. Get some other projects going. I really want to use those tassels, and I think I want to do something with these large kidney earring hooks too. Does the starfish fit? Ooh, good question. So the starfish has a top hole, so he would fit, but I'm not sure how he would hang. So you could put the starfish on here. Let's see, how would he look? He's kind of cool on there, actually. Should we put the starfish on there as just something unexpected? I think we'll do that. That'll be fun. It'll just be a little unexpected twist in there. So for earrings with memory wire, what you do is you keep your scraps and you can make hoops. So even it's just one round or a half round, and you just turn the ends the same way, or you can use like a finial bead to finish the ends, but the top loop is what you're going to connect a jump ring to, and then your earring hook. So you can have these really fun, dramatic, lightweight hoops. That's the way I've made them. There might be other ways too, if someone else has tried another way, because you also have ring size memory wire. You don't have to just use the full bracelet size memory wire. There's also ring size memory wire, which is fun. Oh, yeah, I like the quiet summers too, Kim. Oh, but the North Carolina mountains sound really fun. I have never been to North Carolina. I have heard, though, it is beautiful. Okay, and I am liking using these little flower beads almost as a bead cap and surrounding a nice bright teal bead. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. I really like the unexpected little starfish in there. That's so cute. Okay, how are we doing? We're gonna go a little further. Ooh, memory wire ring projects. I would love to. I don't have any right here, but we can definitely do that in another show. Maybe we should do a whole show on different uses for memory wire. So we could do rings, we could do wine charms, I've done ornaments. Memory wire is great for ornaments because of the scale. There's necklace memory wire, there's flat memory wire. Flat memory wire is fun to wire wrap around. So if you like wire wrapping, flat memory wire is super fun for that because it holds its shape. And you could do like a double strand of memory wire. So you do like a 2-hole beads. That would be fun. Okay, just a little bit more here, and then we are gonna finish this one off and go on to some earrings. But you can see how many beads I still have left. So I haven't even dipped into my bead stash here. All right. Let's do another one of this little section here. Let's see. Okay. All right. Oh, we're almost around. So I tend to like to end it where I have my loops kind of lined up, somewhat lined up. So I'm just going to do a few more beads. I tried to make memory wire bracelet with the mermaids you get in your drinks. The mermaids you get in your drinks, but the edges were too sharp. Ooh. What are the mermaids you get in your drinks? That sounds amazing. I want to see that. Oh, yeah, and Michelle from our Artbeads team is saying you could always mix our other mermaid designer blend with this one. That's a good idea too, because we have one other mermaid mix, and it's a slightly different colors. I think it's got a little bit more blue and white, but it's also got overlapping colors to this one. Okay, just a little more. Okay, here we go. Oh, a little more. I'm sorry, I was mistaken. Put another one of these big, I want to do this color. Oh, and I forgot to put a flower bead on. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think that'll do it. So when you're done with your memory wire bracelet, do remember to just kind of double check that you don't have any big gaps, because sometimes a bead will get kind of stuck and you'll have some gaps. Like I have a little gap right here. So just scoot them all down. And I think I want to end with just not quite that big bead. I want to end with a little bit smaller bead. It'll make life a little easier for me. Okay, scoot them down, and then you're going to cut your wire and turn your end. So you're going to just cut, and it's somewhere between like 1/4 and 1/2. Trim it. Save your scraps. So here's what we're talking about, where you could make an earring out of this. This could be a really fun, dramatic hoop that you could bead, and you could just finish the end with a little finial bead or a loop. And then we're going to grab this, and we're just going to turn our end here too. Okay. I made that loop a little bit bigger than I would have liked. Oh, it's coming. Okay. So another tip is, if you have a hard time turning memory wire ends with the round nose, switch over to chain nose, like a good solid pair of chain nose. That I find I have a little bit more control over. Like this end right here is still not quite where I want it. So I'm going to go in there with the chain nose where I have definitely a little bit better strength. Okay, so we can leave this like it is, or we can add little charms and dangles to the end. And I think we need some little dangles. So we can add, so we've got we got the starfish in the middle, which is awesome. Love that. And then we can add, what should we add? Should we add, well, we can do a little charm right here because it is mermaid. So yeah, let's do that, but let's also do a little bead charm too. So I'm going to do that, and then I think I'm going to do a little dangle with this guy. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to put on it, I think I'm going to put on one of these nice little teal beads and a seed bead and this, and make like a little flower drop. So let's do that, and then we're going to go in, and I have my wire looping pliers. Oh, the seahorse. Seahorse would be pretty too. Could definitely do that. Okay, so we're going to try to get the best of all worlds here. We're going to do a charm and a dangle. And you could do it from one of the memory wire ends or both of them. Okay, make a little wrapped wire loop. And where are my cutters? Okay, here they are. Okay, and you'll notice I keep switching between chain noses. I don't know if everyone else does this, but I have kind of a heavy chain nose, which I use for things like the memory wire, if I'm going to do some turning, or like gripping because it's nice and wide right here. And then for tucking my wire ends, I always switch to my little fine tip ones. So I don't know if everyone else does that, but I definitely have my preference. Okay, so then I've got a little jump ring, and I have another little jump ring. So here we go. Okay. So we're just going to open this up. I'm going to just position this down a little further. There we go. So link this onto my dangle. And then we can just put this dangle right here. And you can do more than one, of course, because dangles are super fun. Yeah, so we can do the little dangles. So we see what that looks like. So we've got that fun little movement right there. Hi, Carol. Thanks for joining. I noticed a couple people just joined. So if you want to watch the replay, of course, it's archived, but we are using the Mermaids Designer Blend right here. And this is an exclusive Artbeads Designer Blend. So that is what we're using to design some fun summery jewelry with today. And I know we started out with 25 of these guys available. So I know that they were a little smaller quantity than some of the other ones. And I don't know if it's because we made it bigger. It seems like a very big blend. Okay, I'm going to put this little shell on here too. Definitely feeling the mermaid vibe. Okay, so then you've got some dangles, and then you've got all these beads. And we have that starfish, which is fun. I feel like I would love to go back. If I was to do this again, I would go back and I'd have more of these starfishes throughout. And I never would have thought to do that. I love designing live here because you guys have the best ideas and it's fun to collaborate. I would have put a couple of those in here, and not because I always think of using it with that hole drilled that way as a pendant, but you could totally use it as a bead. Okay, so there we have our little bracelet. I'm going to put that aside. And now I think I want to do something with the tassel because I love tassels. And so I'm going to grab one of my kidney earring hooks and I'm going to see if I could, what I want to do with it. Let's see. Well, I want to create something right here. So let's do some beads in between using some wire. So I've got some 24 gauge wire. So let's cut ourselves off some. So 3-4 inches. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a wrapped wire loop on one side. Okay, and this is what's going to connect onto the earring hook itself. And I have an idea for decorating that earring hook too. I didn't pull any glue, but we'll just pretend that we've got some glue here. Okay, just tucking my end. Okay, so now which beads do we put on? So this is going to go above the tassel. So let's experiment. I kind of want to do, oh, wait, I saved these pearls too. Oh, maybe we should do the pearl, or do we want all sparkle? I don't know. Let's try. So we can start with the pearl. So we can start with the little pearl. Then maybe we want, do we want the flower? Let's see what the flower would look like. So we could do something kind of not simple, but we don't need to overdo it because we've got this coming off of the bottom. So we could do the pearl and the flower. Let's see, we could do one more bead below the pearl. I mean, below the flower maybe. How many? Oh, you know what? I do have enough of these little purple guys. I think I'll do a purple flower purple. Hi, Eric. Thank you. Eric is, of course, with the Artbeads team and always so helpful. Okay, so we're going to do that. And I love the hearts. And don't forget, guys, if there's something I'm using that you want to know more about, you can click on that shopping bag and it will show you everything. Okay, so because this is going to be a wrapped wire loop too, and I notice my camera is getting a little fuzzy because there's so many beads right here. Okay, let's clear that away. So because this is going to be a wrapped wire loop, I want to slip in the tassel before I make my wrappings. Okay, so let's see. Ah, I did not open that loop wide enough. Okay, here we go. So they are glass pearls. So they are not real pearls, but they are a beautiful glass pearl. Okay, we're going to do our wrappings. And every time I do wrappings on here, I keep thinking about Eric's idea that we need to do a like designer wrap-a-thon where all the designers show how they do their loops and their wrappings because we all do it totally different. Okay, so now that's what we have for the main part of our earring. And then what we're going to do is I want to put it on here. Okay, so that can just rest down there, but I'm not done yet. I want to decorate part of my earring hook, which is something I like to do with the kidney beads. So I'm gonna see, not all beads go up and over the curve, so that's what you have to play with. So let's go ahead and put on a bead. Okay, good, and it stops right there. So now I'm going to put on, I wanna bring in that blue color some more, so I'm gonna do this little guy. He goes up and over. So we can do a lot or a little. So we can keep it like that, or you can actually just go all the way up to about here before it gets to have any interference here. Let's see though. I kind of like it. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do it with those two. Could be a little overwhelming maybe, but you can do whatever you like. So that's really fun with these kidney ear wires. And what I would do is I didn't bring any glue, but I would probably put a little dab of E6000 right here, squish this top bead down into it, and then you're not going to have them moving around on you, which is nice. So there, we have an earring. So I don't know, do you guys want me to make the matched pair to this, or do you want me to go on to a different earring style? It's totally up to you. We can show this one again, or we can try to make something else. I'll wait for anyone, because either way would be fun. New style, new style. Okay, great. Will the flower fit? Oh, good question, Ava. Let's try it. So here's the flower. Let's see if the flower will fit. Nope. So the flower is having a hard time getting over that little curve right there. So will this flower fit? Nope. So you're looking at the ones fitting, I think, are the smaller ones. So the seed beads would fit, these little round, like looks like a little fire polish, and these little round kind of flat rondelles would fit. Okay, so there's that earring. And then we've got our memory wire bracelet, which these would totally go together because you've got these flowers in here already and you're using the same beads. So that would absolutely work together. Okay, so I'm gonna put this aside in my finished project. And so let's do something with silver because I love gold, but I know a lot of people really love silver. So I did pull some silver findings and I have my mermaid chain. So we're gonna bring the mermaid chain back. And let's cut. Okay, let's cut this. So if you see this chain, you kind of want to make sure that there's not a little dangle that's a kind of a piece that needs to be cut. Oh, okay, so you just gave me an idea with the seahorse. Let's do something with the seahorse and let's do something with the mermaid chain. What can we do? And then Eric just reminded me too that we have something really fun coming up at the end of July. And is actually on July 31st, myself and all the other designers here at Artbeads, so Becky Dahl and Sarah Lovecraft and Deb Floros and Andrea Bieber are all going to be at Bead Fest in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And we are going to be teaching a workshop together with 5 different projects. So we are very excited about that. And then we're going to be there at Bead Fest, having fun, doing lives, doing the workshop, just so much fun. So that is going to be a great time at the end of July, early August. So it's July 31st, and then it's that weekend right thereafter. And Eric just posted a link, so that's great. Okay, so here we go with this. Now, okay, I want to use this seahorse too. So let's think, guys. How do we use the seahorse? Because we only have one of him. I didn't pull out a pair, so I don't know if I'm going to do them for earrings. Well, we could make a, do I have jump rings? I do have silver jump rings. Okay, let's see. Are my jump rings? I really want to use that seahorse too, guys. I'm trying to think what I could do. Let's see. I'm going to make him into a necklace. I think we should make him into a necklace. So let's cut our mermaid chain in half, and we are going to Yeah. Okay. Oh, the seahorse on one and the shell on the other. Ooh, earrings don't have to match. You are absolutely right. Okay, so we could totally do that. Okay, that's a great idea because I was stumped. Here, I'll tell you my necklace idea, but I think it would take longer than I could actually do in this live. I think what would be really pretty if you want to do a necklace with the seahorse is you have the mermaid chain on one side and then you have it on the other side as well. So you've got 2 stripes of this, and then you do a bunch of wire wrapping with these beads to form out the rest of the necklace. So you could do some colorful beads down by the seahorse, have a length of the mermaid tail chain, and then more colorful beads. But I think that's going to be a pretty long project for the show, and I want to be able to show more designs. But you guys are right. You definitely don't have to have earrings that match. So let's play with these beads, and I have some wire. So we're going to use some wire. And I'm going to cut, I know I'm going to be doing several of these, so I'm going to cut some lengths of it just to get ready. Okay. So, okay, let's start. We're going to do wrapped wire loops. Okay. Okay. And then time to add the beads. So what I tend to like to do is I'm going to line up the beads first, kind of how I'm going to want them, and then I'll wire wrap them together. So let's see, we did use the flower in the last pair of earrings, so maybe we won't use the flowers, but these are kind of cool, these little flat ones. So maybe we'll do something with the little flat ones. That's cute. And this is a different color that we haven't used before. That's kind of pretty blue. And then what else? So we're digging through here. Ooh, that's the fun thing with these bead mixes. You just go digging. Okay, I like these. So kind of a nice long dangly earring with that fun charm. And the pearls. Okay, where are the pearls? So we've got left, where did they go? I thought I had a couple of the little pale purple pearls left. Do I not? I've got these pearls left. We could definitely maybe sub these out for, oh wait, here they are. There, we got the pale purple pearl up there. There we've got 3 different colors. Do we want to go with that? So we got a pearl, a check glass, like a fire polish, and then this pretty check bead here, which is nice and flat. So maybe that would be really pretty. I like that. Make these long and dangly. Okay, so I'm going to start up top. So as you are going through the bead mix and you're planning out your projects, it is kind of fun to do what I did, where you just make sure you have enough. If you're doing a pair of earrings, that you've got enough left of the color you want or the beads you want for a pair. But you guys are right too. The earrings don't always have to match. So you could make it so that the bead dangles don't match too, which would be fun. Make it really interesting. I think one of my favorite earrings that I made once was a horseshoe charm on one side and a star on another. And I always thought of it as my lucky stars earrings. I thought that was one of my favorite designs. Okay. And on this one too, I think we'll just do 1 earring. So then we can keep creating. Maybe we'll try to do 1 more earring after this one. Okay, so make a little wrapping. Now you could use eye pins too if you wanted to. I tend to like just wrapped wire loops for myself, but if you want to do something a little quicker, a little easier, you can definitely do eye pins. Okay, so here we go. I like that color a lot. It's a really pretty blue. Okay, so before we do our wrappings here, we do need to slip in this one that we already made. so it's secure. Okay. Now we're going to do the last one. Sorry guys, I can hear my computer fan, so I just closed it. So hopefully that's a little less fuzzy. I don't know if you guys were hearing that, but it was getting a little overheated, so it was talking to me. Okay, so this one, so for the last one, we need to connect it to our charm and we need to connect it to this part here. So both of the loops need to have something slipped into them before we do our wrappings. So I'm going to go ahead and slip in our little charm here. And you could use a jump ring too if you don't do this. That would be totally, you know, that would work too. Okay. All right, and our last bead. And then you would make the same earring, but you would do it with that seashell, which would be really fun. Okay. Okay, put this one in, slip it on down. We're almost ready to see our final one. All right, we just need to add our earring hook. So this is what we've got, guys. Oh, I like it. The gauge wire is 24. So right now I'm using 24 gauge wire. Cute. And then, oh, okay. And I will definitely be making the other one too, off camera because I want to wear these. This is so cute. You guys had the best idea. Okay, so now guys, we can either do an earring hook like this, which is one of my favorites. It's the clef. So I feel like these beads keep confusing my camera. Okay, or we could add one more bead to our design and do this earring hook, which is an unfinished earring hook essentially, and you make the loop yourself. So we can do either or. So we can either add one more bead and customize our earring hook to match, or you can go ahead and we can just put it on here and it's good to go. So that is the decision. So these, I don't know, maybe I'll just go with the one that's already made. But another idea is we could do that another time. Okay, so here, this earring hook is already made. We've got our nice long dangle. Ooh, fun. Perfect, I love it. Okay, so then you would just do the shell on the other side. It would be super cute. So now we've done 3 projects, and then I just want to do one more. I think we have to use this somehow because I love this. Oh, hi Dee, I'm glad you made it. You can definitely catch the replay. We are using the Mermaids Designer Blend right here and lots of other fun things with it. But I do love these little guys. So I am going to cut, where am I going to cut? I'm going to cut on the 3rd link. So you can see right here, you can see the actual jump ring links. I think I'm going to cut, no, I'm going to cut on the 4th one. Okay, I'm going to cut on the 4th one. So I have 3 intact. Okay, so cutting this 4th one, what it does is it gave me, let's see what it looks like. Gave me a nice little dangle. So I've got some dangles of charms, and it broke off 2 little individual seashells. So we've got 2 little seashells now, and we have a cute little dangle. So let's go ahead and, so I do have more wire. Okay, what should we do, guys? So I do have more wire. We just did a wire wrapped dangle. Here, let's do something a little different. Okay, so we're going to take a head pin, and what we're going to do is So is that like a chain of shells? Absolutely. Yes, it is. It is a chain of shells. Right here, you see, is called charm chain, and you buy it by the inch. So you can buy a whole bunch of it if you want to make it like an actual focal, like a necklace, or you can buy just an inch and do what we're going to do here, which is use just a little bit of it and then use the separate charms. Okay, so I'm going to turn this into an eye pin because I don't have an eye pin on my table, but just so we're doing a little different technique. And guys, great questions about the shipping and all that. I am seeing them. I know our Artbeads team, Michelle and Eric, can definitely help answer them. I love Deborah's idea of using her reward points to cover shipping. That's a great idea. So definitely I'm seeing those. I'm going to let the Artbeads team help answer some of those more technical questions. Okay, so we have an eye pin. So onto the eye pin, we are going to slip our charm chain. Okay, slip our charm chain. So I want to just put that. Did I open that wide enough? I did not. Okay. Okay. And then I want the end one. Okay. Let me see. Nope, he's got one guy upside down. So that's one thing. You just want to make sure that you see how there's one on each side of where I'm going to put this on. And there are other charm chains. There are some really fun charm chains. There are coins. There are little baubles. I think there's leaves. At Halloween, there's some skull ones, I think. So yeah, there's some really fun charm chain. Okay, so we got that on there. Now I've been wanting to use one of these Pretty Raven's Journey strands. So I think maybe... Let's see, which one do I want to use with the beads that we've got here? Yeah, let's go ahead and use this one. It's fluted. The charm chain comes in an antique silver is what I have seen. Although I really think we should talk to our great buying team here and see if they can find a bright silver. Because I love this charm chain. Okay, so then we're going to put on one of these right here. So we've got that. And then let's go ahead. I like this color. It's a kind of like a nice pale purple. And then we can still put another bead on here. So let's put, what's this little guy? What's this little guy in this mix? There's a cute little, like, he looks like a 2 millimeter or a 2.5. Oh yeah, let's just do that. Again, let me move all these beads. Okay. There. So that's a pretty little dangle. Okay. And then we're going to make just another little simple wire loop. Crisscross. Okay. And so I don't have another style of earring hook here. I realized that right before we went on. So I'm going to put it on the kidney, but you absolutely could put this on any style earring hook you want. But I do want to find if there's a way of using one of those little charm dangles because I think they're little single charms. So there, so you got the little charm chain down below, and then you've got this, and then it could be cute. Let's just experiment for a minute. Let's see. Could we use this as like a little element? Oh, does this actually slip on here? Okay, let's try. It might not look good, but we're going to give it a shot. So the little charm chain. Oh, hey, how cute. It does. It fits. So it does block one of our beads a little bit, but that's pretty cute. It did slip right on there. So that's fun. Okay, I like that. And you can use those charms for anything. So there's another earring design. So I'm going to line up what we made and then I'll show you how many beads we have left. And of course, I have a lot of leftover supplies here. So I have to say, guys, I think my favorite project is this one, and I can't wait to make it with the shell. That was such a good idea. to do different charms at the bottom. I love it. So that's super cute. So I'll definitely be finishing up that one. I've got all my beads ready. Then we've got this right here, which is our little flower and our tassel. So that's fun. Don't forget, you can totally customize your kidney hooks. So there's lots of choices for that. And then we have our memory wire with our charm and our dangles. And the best part, which I love, is the idea of the little starfish. But this really showcases all the different beads that are in this mix. And that would be cute for earrings too. You could do those little clusters right there as earrings as well. Okay, yay. And then what's left? Oh, Deborah, I'm so glad you like the show. This is fun. And I you know, it's funny. I think my favorite shows are the ones that we all design together. So sometimes I make a project ahead of time, but I like it when we just kind of play and you guys share your ideas and then we collaborate. It's so much fun. Okay, so we made all of that. And we've got this much left. So this again is the More Mermaids Designer Blend. I know we started with 25, so we didn't have a ton of these. So if this is something that you like, definitely get this while it's available. These will not be made again. We can't. We actually physically can't make these because we're getting these beads is from that wonderful treasure trove of palettes, and so we couldn't even make this again if we wanted to. The starfish is sold separately. Yes, Linda, the starfish is a prestige crystal. If you click on the shopping bag, it will show it to you. It is called a pendant, but I think it works great as a bead. Now they see it on here. So I think it'd be fun to do a bunch of these. It'd be a super sparkly bracelet. Okay, but what does come in this mix are these great flower beads and these other flower beads, which to me work as bead caps or tulips, a bunch of different rounds, some pearls, some check glass pearls, seed beads, just a ton of beads in this mix. Okay, I'm gonna pop my camera back to face me so we can talk a few more minutes and then we will say goodbye until next week. Okay. All right, fun. Okay, let's pull up one of these so we can see what it would look like. Okay, so I don't have any earrings on today, but this would actually go perfect with this necklace I made in a previous show. But I love the tassels, especially since I have a white shirt on. And then Guy is my favorite. Yay. And you really see the seahorse. So you'll see that shell too. It really comes through nicely, even at a distance. It's got a really nice shine to it. And then the first mermaid mix, I know our Artbeads team can post it. It was one that we debuted, I want to say 3 weeks ago. There is another mermaid mix. The Mermaid's Grotto sold out, which is this one. But there is another mermaid mix with some more blue and kind of some white beads. And then this one has a lot more purple beads in it. So the More Mermaids has more purple. So maybe the Artbeads team can post a link to that previous mermaid mix as well. Okay, I liked it. This was fun. This was so much fun, guys. I'm going to go make the matched pair of earrings now and then say adieu. Or I'll say adieu and then I'll go make the matched pair of earrings. So thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Linda and Ava and everyone who joined us today. This was a lot of fun. Don't forget to check out Bead Fest and where the Artbeads designers will be, and we'll be teaching that fun workshop and having so much fun. So go check that out. If you have items in your cart, please don't forget to close out your cart. I know the designer blends do sell out pretty quickly. So if you liked something in there, make sure you grab it while you can. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you next week. And next week, Anne from Gardan will be with me, and we will be sharing something very, very special. So please come and join me next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay, bye, guys. See you later.